I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up for Tuesday, the 14th of January, 2025. Time right now, 6:35 p.m. Central Time. So, in looking at the markets, let's take a look at what we have in news coming out tomorrow. You got the mortgage banker numbers coming out, and they'll come out at 6 in the morning. At 7:30, we're going to get the consumer price index. That'll be the market moving event of the day. You had the PPI today. It did come in softer than expected. Can that be a setup that the CPI will, and then traders will breathe a sigh of relief? You'll probably get a relief rally at that point in the bonds and notes, because they'll say, the Fed doesn't really have to think about raising rates. It's taken time, but we're getting some relief, and inflation starting to fall because of high rates. There's a vice versa to that if the number comes in high. Remember that. New York Empire, their manufacturing survey. Keep your eye on that. Chicago Fed Goolsbee, he'll be speaking at 11, and I promise you, I would imagine he wants to take center stage if CPI numbers are weak and PPI weak. He gets the ability to say the Fed programs are working, they're taking time, but they are working. If not, he's got to explain it if asked the question at this forum. And on Wednesday afternoon, we'll get the Fed Beige Book, so we'll get the latest reading how the different districts are looking. So when we come to the marketplace today, the gold market held, the silver market held, even copper did hold. And I got what I wanted. I put out a special report for you in the currency market. And in that report, I'll just bring it up now so we don't have to do it later. In the report, I'm going to cover for you, and I did cover, price counts, and I thought the 109.80 area would be the first number that you go up to for a big resistance zone. You've got it, and typically at a second count, you stall out a bit before you go marching on or the move ends. And I happen to think it's going to continue on for the dollar for a number of reasons. Just think other currencies going to probably cut interest rates. I give you then a look at what I'm seeing in the longer and shorter term charts, put it all together, and try to give you an idea you can work with. You can just go to our website or call my staff, but go to our website. It's just there for you at irapstein.com. There'll be a cursor up here. Give that a click, and away you go. So let's go to the charts and take a look at the first one. You'll remember the market came back to the 18-day average of closes, and this is a weekly chart of closes, and the market has since bounced away. Now, it is down nearly 1% on the week already on a close-only basis, so something to pay attention to. When you look at the bar chart here, you get to see why it's down for the first couple of days right now. Market's getting a bounce. It does have a pattern that is friendly with higher lows and higher highs on the swing line. The swing line's in my charting courses and in the charting software that we provide to our clients. You can also, if you're a TradingView person, if you have that, just go to our website, irapstein.com, and in the customer service section on the top right, you can get it right there. Just sign up for it at that point. Higher lows still, higher high, like what I'm saying. Resistance right where it should have come in, and it threw the market back over the past 72 hours, and I think that's important. Notice that the market's trying to hold the 100-day average. Everything starts coming together, in my opinion, tomorrow off CPI numbers. That's what I think we have to pay very close attention to and see how the market, not only what the numbers are, how the market reacts to it. But I feel like the shackles will be taken off of traders tomorrow once that's done, because they'll have the PPI, CPI out of the way. They don't have to deal with it right away. We know the labor markets are strong, so there's nothing else coming at you. The Fed's not going to move, in my opinion, on January 31st on anything they're going to do. They're going to sit tight and say they need more time and let the market work through it. That is how I'm viewing the market. So tomorrow is the day that I think you start getting much more serious for the first time in 2025 about your trading. In the silver, we've pulled back to the neutral zone of the 18-day average, but the trend is up. Higher lows, higher highs. So it would take tomorrow some event off CPI to break that. Otherwise, it'll have a battle if it keeps coming up here, but you can see where the numbers are. The 200-day average will be the first resistance, then the upper Bollinger Band in the 3130 area. In the copper, we continue to go with higher lows, higher highs all the way through. Then we get in the April Platinum, a higher high, lower low. So the market backed off as I was thinking it would when it hit all these numbers, like silver did. Backed off, and now the question is, what does it do? Unlike silver, it stepped out of its uptrend. And last but not least, the dollar hit its upper Bollinger Band, and just as it's done each of these other times, it's stepping back. Do I think the uptrend has ended? No, but I think we're going into that churn period. So you've come up all this way, you didn't embed. That's what the market's trying to say. Watch. No numbers over 80 right here. And it was trying to set that up to do so when you go back to Monday's data and Friday's data. So you didn't embed, and that means you're just left with the market that's a bit overbought. Could come down to that 108.45, and I'm looking for a dollar that stays strong. I see no signs yet of a top. Put it together, that's your game plan. So remember, if you want to take a look at my dollar index report, it goes off Thursday. So I did this intentionally so it would go off then. You have basically tomorrow to take a full look at it, and then on Thursday it's going to go off our website. Go up here, iraepstein.com, you'll see the icon. If you don't see it, iraepstein.com, and when you get to the page, just look to the left, you'll see the report. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good evening. I'll catch up with you all in the morning.